Okay, we'll move on to item 7C.
Item 7C, introduction and first reading of an ordinance amending Santa Monica Municipal Code, Chapter 9.56, the city's Affordable Housing Production Program, AHPP, including revising affordable housing categories, income eligibility limits, rent limits, and expanding AHPP income categories. We have 4 requests to speak.
Hey, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor O'Connor and council members. I'm Jim Kemper from the Housing and Economic Development Department. For your consideration in this report are proposed amendments to the Affordable Housing Production Program, which are intended to expand opportunities for lower-income households. A separate response to City Council direction from your December 11th and February 26th meetings, as well as reflects input from the Housing Commission and other affordable housing stakeholders. Consistent with Council direction, the proposed amendments would incorporate extremely low-income households into the AHPP and would revise the rent limit approach to achieve greater affordability across all income levels. The rent limit policy recommended would decrease the maximum rents for future developments, resulting in improved affordability for residents. Since rent limits are linked to income categories, staff is also recommending some adjustments to income targeting. These changes would extend the reach of the low-income category and would clarify the extent of the moderate income group. Adopting the proposed rent income limits approach would better align the AHPP with state and federal income categories, as well as rent affordability standards. Finally, these recommendations are consistent with Proposition R. At this point, there is one housekeeping item that the city attorney would like to communicate to the council. So following that, staff is available to answer any questions.
City attorney?
One of the directions you had given us was to receive input from legal aid attorneys who had raised issues about the AHPP with you initially. We did that, and in the course of that interaction, it came to our attention fairly recently that we needed to revise the proposal we were making for the language on 956030A, partly to address the fact that a number of the projects in front of you are coming before you are development agreements. So what I would like to do is read our revised proposed language to you, just so that it will be in the record for you when you consider this matter. Our proposed wording, revised proposed wording for subsection A of 956030 is, the obligations established by this chapter shall apply to each multifamily project involving the construction of 2 or more multifamily units, which project has not received its ministerial or discretionary planning approvals, including without limitation variances, conditional use permits, administrative approvals, development review permits, and development agreement ordinances. And then you have a choice to make about effective date. So I'll read you the 2 alternatives. And development agreement ordinances which have not had first reading or which have not yet become effective. Resuming, collectively approvals on the effective date of this ordinance. Additionally, we have other minor changes. We want to correct municipal code citation down the page, which should be read 90402030025 or any successor there too. I'm almost done. And then finally on subsection B, it would read as follows. Multifamily projects which have received approvals prior to the effective date of this ordinance shall be subject to the provisions of Santa Monica Municipal Code Section 956010 et sec. As they existed on the date of their approvals. And then we have a suggestion, except that pricing requirements for affordable units shall be published by the city on an annual basis instead of adopted by resolution of the City Council. A footnote, present law requires adoption by resolution of the City Council annually, and you haven't been doing it. So our suggestion is just that we make this an automatic publication by the city every year. So those are our suggested revisions. I'm sorry they come to you so late, but we're trying to take into account all of the good suggestions that we received.
Okay, thank you. So that concludes the staff report. Are there any questions?